So tell me about the air mattress.
The air mattress was
your boat.
It was our airboat.
Your boat.
It was our boat. We actually, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that we did stuff like this, but we would paddle. We had these little tackle boxes, and we were fanatics about this 2-pound test monofilament came to the United States. 2-pound test. And for some reason, that's all we wanted to do was 2-pound test monofilament. We would take 2 spinning rods, little light rods that we built ourselves. There was a reel that we loved to use for 2-pound test. It was called an Alcedo Micron. It was from Italy. And we modified them heavily, took the bails off, and worked on the drags. And we would replace the factory drags with little leather washers that we would marinate in neat's foot oil and graphite. And that was our secret deal. And we would load up our air mattresses and paddle out into these, I mean, stupid, dangerous, crazy locations.
Like where were you?
Well,
Miami area.
Yeah, but and the Keys, but it was nothing for us to paddle an air mattress out into Government Cut.
Oh my gosh!
In Miami, and
on a fallen tide, you could have been in the Bahamas pretty fast.
I mean, it was nothing for us to do that. There was another cut to the south called Norris Cut,
right,
where we could hook these impossible to land snook and big jack, 20, 30-pound jacks, and we're trying to catch them on 2-pound.
On a mattress.
On a mattress, which the mattress was actually, we'd paddle to bonefish flats on that mattress. Stake the well, not stake, but we would
plug it.
We would drop a weight that was tied on to the mattress, and it would just stay there. And we would get off on these flats and wade for bonefish. And there was a little 1/4-ounce jig called a Hampson bucktail. We would use those Hampson bucktails.
What was fishing like back then?
Indescribable. I mean, the volume of fish. All species of Biscayne Bay. God, it's just hard to the trout and redfish in Biscayne Bay, and the pompano and tarpon, and the wintertime migration of mackerel through Biscayne Bay was epic.
Acres of fish.
It was indescribable by today's standards, and the grasses that you waded in, and the shrimp and crabs and
life everywhere.
It was there. There's no frame of reference now. I mean, you look at those same flats today. There's nothing there.
It's a desert.
Nothing there.
There's a few, but it is for the most part a desert.
So very hard to describe. But for a kid growing up, the air mattress was freedom. It let us get across expanses. We crossed from the west shore of Biscayne Bay out to the Cuts, out to Soldier Key. It was,
and if you ever got a hole in that thing, you would have been dog paddling home with a rod in your mouth.
But it didn't. We would have done it.
Yeah,
we would have just dog paddled home. It was nothing. We never were fearful of striking a hole in an air. It was a distinct possibility. We used to have, I don't know if you can remember this, but South Florida had a population of long spine sea urchins. Sea urchins with long black spines about this long. And they were everywhere. I mean, you couldn't walk on a flat without
getting poked.
Yeah. I mean, they were everywhere. And then there were short spined sea urchins as well. You know, the ones that have the short green spines. But I mean, we used to have a net, and we'd fill it carefully with these long spine and short spine sea urchins. We'd fill up a whole net like this. And then, you know what a billy club is? Mm-hmm. A wooden billy? We would take a billy and just smash them, and we would drift across a flat, towing this sack of smashed up sea urchins, and then we would stop, over a light colored area,
Chum.
up current, and stuff would just permit. They smell a sea urchin, they're coming.
Really?
Oh, they're coming. They'll attack your net. So that's what fishing was. It was not, are we going to have a good day? So what are we going to do with this good day? How's it going to unfold? Because it's going to be a good day.
Right.
In the wintertime, bluefish and pompano used to come into Biscayne Bay. You just couldn't stop catching them.